If you're watching this Druski, Erica Kirk video and wondering why some people are laughing hysterically and others are outraged, it's not confusion. It's exposure. Because satire doesn't create truth, it reveals it. And today, we're breaking down why this isn't blackface and why some people are calling it that. They might be telling on themselves. But baby, let's tell the truth. I'm your host, Breezy, with my co-host, Des the Diva, and this is America. No filter. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Breezy, with my homegirl,
Des the Diva.
Yes, and we are back for yet another episode of America No Filter. It's definitely going to be a good one tonight. Des, what we talking about tonight, girl?
We talking about our boy Druski and his skit about Erica Kirk.
Man, yeah. Somebody sent that to me last week, and the first thing I thought when I saw it, I was like, who is this ugly-ass white bitch? And then, like, 3 seconds in, I was like,
It's Druski.
oh, oh my God. Oh my God. And I could not stop laughing. The accuracy.
Yes. He got her mannerisms down to a T. That stare took me.
Oh my gosh. The one where the black security guard was in the background and he was like, we must protect our young white males because they are the ones who built this country on their backs. And the black guy's like, man, that shit was hilarious. Hilarious. But it's got a lot of people mad too.
Definitely.
I mean, MAGA is high.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting that Erica Kirk could forgive the killer of her husband the very next day? I mean, the Lord Jesus wants me to forgive you.
Listen,
But
that
Druski,
woman ain't grieve a day in her life for that
baby,
man.
she ain't grieve for that man.
I don't like
at
that
all.
man, but she didn't like that man either. I think
No.
she liked him less than me.
Yeah.
I don't
That's the
even know if
only
that's
place her
possible.
and I agree. We both did like that man.
Right.
To now she wants to sue Druski. Okay.
For something that is protected speech.
Hello.
Want. I'm hearing some people, especially in the MAGA crowd, and they're like, this is just like blackface. And I'm like, you're proving your ignorance once again, because this is not at all like blackface. But before I do that, let's talk about what Druski did and what it's defined as. What Druski did is a satire. A satire is defined as a form of comedy that uses exaggeration, irony, and humor to criticize real behavior, systems, or people in power. So they're exaggerating the truth. They are intending to critique, not just entertain people, and it usually targets power or social behaviors. Satire doesn't create something fake. It exaggerates something real so that now you can't fucking ignore that shit.
Absolutely. And how do we know that he was exaggerating something real? She recognized herself. Druski never named her. She recognized
Not in the whole skit.
herself. And the world recognized her.
Everybody knew. Everybody knew. I mean, it took me a few seconds.
When he came out.
Right.
I knew.
I saw like a thumbnail, and I was like, "What the fuck is
What
that?"
in the white chick is happening here?
Right? What in the white chicks is this? Right? But satire is very different than blackface. Blackface is something that is historically racist. Blackface is a racist performance, traditionally where non-black performers darken their skin to portray exaggerated stereotypes of black people. It originated in minstrel shows in the 1800s. Around 1830, it was popularized by this asshole named Thomas D. Rice. And he actually created this character, this minstrel character, who he named Jim Crow. And wouldn't you know, that would be the name of the set of laws that were established to continue to oppress black people in the 100 years after slavery. They were called Jim Crow laws. So the difference is you're having a group that is dominant and in power using negative and exaggerated stereotypes to normalize racism. And to justify systems of slavery, segregation, and oppression, because if you don't see black people as people, you can do whatever you want. Nobody cares what happens to them. So that's the difference between blackface and what Druski the comedian did, which is satire.
Mhm, mhm. And I stick to my theory that white people just wanna be oppressed so bad, so the first thing they thought was, "Oh, blackface. We'll call it blackface." I'm sure they know there's a difference.
Well, some of them don't have two brain cells to rub
Well,
together, so I'm
I
not
have
going to
been
hold
watching
my
MAGA
breath on that.
videos this week. I said I have been watching MAGA videos this week. You might be right, they don't know.
Right, like, that's that group that Trump loves so much
They
because
uneducated.
they are willing to follow him. I mean, they not just through hell, I mean, through all the pits, all the levels. They'll go anywhere with him.
Mm.
And 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 thinking they're doing the Lord's work. I can't,
Yep, a Bible they ain't open a day in their life.
man, they hold it upside down and not even realize because they can't read.
Fact.
They just projecting again because they don't
Right,
wanna know how to read. Okay, you don't want us to know how to read.
right. You did that so damn well you can't read.
What are some of the things about this, Drewski skit that you really thought he hit home with? I think the whole thing was great,
The
but
whole thing. The stare, the white mailman, the fireworks, because that has
my
bothered me
gosh,
since her
she did
husband.
do that.
Yeah, she did do that. That has bothered me since her husband passed away. Now, let me be clear. I did not like Charlie Kirk. Nothing he was about. Here and there, he might say something, and I kind of was like,
Well,
and
he
then
said that one thing about necessary gun deaths.
they say that if whatever you say with your mouth, you gonna speak into existence.
Listen, I didn't say that. I said he said that. I'm just saying.
He definitely said it,
That wasn't me.
and then we saw it. So that is, he might have been showing us manifestation is real.
Child,
I mean, let this man down. Somebody go come in the comments and cuss me out. It's the truth.
listen.
Her lack of grieving is something I've never seen out of a spouse in my life. And Drewski hit the head on the nail with how she tries to force us to believe that there's some level of grief in there, but
Yeah,
really that
I don't think
lady,
she knows really how to navigate emotion. I don't know if that's like psychopath or sociopath. I'm not sure, but one of those groups don't really emote very well
it's a
because they don't really
sociopath.
feel anything, so they don't really know like the timing and the intonation. It's really off.
Mhm.
And hers looks very off. Like she's forcing herself to try to seem empathetic and it's coming off like hella robotic and just, I mean, disingenuous. I mean, I don't even, she has tear ducts. I don't know.
It's
When I
funny.
see not a tear,
You care that hard and nothing come out your damn eye.
where are your kids at?
Where them damn
Didn't they
kids?
lose? I was just about to say, those kids lost their father. And then you was like, no, they didn't.
That I
Child,
did. They with their bio daddy or JD Vance and Usha. Where y'all at?
girl.
Usha can't go nowhere. She pregnant. She watching damn kids. Get your stepkids, Usha.
Yeah, like universally recognizable because the fake like outrage, the fake compassion, we care about our troops. No, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, how are you on the board of the Air Force Academy now?
Girl, Lola.
Like, what do you know about military anything? Like, just a bunch of nepotism and unqualified, mediocre white people that are advancing in this Trump regime. Because that's what this is.
That's all that it is.
That's what it
That's all
is.
that it is. And Iran says it every day. We're not fighting America. We're really just fighting Trump and the Epstein files and the people that's in the Epstein files and his friends.
Y'all can come get them at any time. I know y'all
Yeah.
said y'all was on the way. I'm not really sure how long it's gonna take. If y'all got lost on the way, you took the left turn in Albuquerque. I don't know, but we have a couple of addresses for them.
They put an internet poll out there allegedly and asked the American people, would they prefer them to just get Trump? We've been to, baby, Maryland, Florida.
What are the other options though? I'd like to hear
Right.
all of the options because I don't want to just pick, A, but if it was like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then I miss out on all the other
Get
stuff.
'em.
So what's the whole offer? Oh, because I heard something about going in and deleting like all the debts or student loans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you want to come through with that,
Please do so. I'm here for the
I
get
think most
down.
of us would be like, come through. Like, what's up? What time you going to be here?
You ain't
Okay.
even gotta tell me what
You
time
want
you
me to
coming
meet you
because
at
they
the
done already
door?
said they wasn't
The
finna get
door
this.
is unlocked. Come on
They
in.
already said they wasn't finna do nothing to the black community when they pull up. So really, to be honest with you, they ain't gotta tell me what time they gonna get there. Do you need a snack when you done?
Listen. We got some food ready just after the after
I make
party.
naan bread from scratch. What you need?
Very culturally appropriate.
What you need?
What do you think the response is gonna be. Is there gonna be a response, you think?
I don't think she's bold and gutsy enough to try and respond in a way of what, because she did mention, "What if I did blackface?" And then we immediately said, "Please do.
Right. Try it if you want to.
Please do."
Let's see how this is gonna go for you.
And best of luck. You gonna see that damn husband sooner you think you keep on fucking with people. I didn't say I was gonna do nothing to the lady. I don't even know where the bitch be at. But what I'm saying is that's just not the safest route to go when there's so many already enraged of us. Enough
Yeah.
has happened. We not gonna keep letting people disrespect us like that publicly. So I don't think that she's going to go that route. But I do think she is mentioning lawsuits. I do think she's gonna try it. I don't think she's gonna win in court because what leg do you have to stand on?
Well, that's never stopped any of them before from trying to
Yeah.
sue people in court, so that's, that's
They keep
neither here nor
losing
there.
though, and I'm like, y'all can the president is suing people and losing. I'm like, "Sir, well, why the hell are you suing your own country?"
Well, he's also won quite a bit. He's
He has
gotten a
one.
lot
Well,
of
of course, when you
ill-gotten gains from, corporations and news groups and media companies and anybody that has said anything that he didn't like. Period. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It's not that they said anything that was untrue. He just didn't like what they
like
said.
it.
Sensitive little snowflake.
Yeah, he hate to look bad, baby, and I'm like, "Baby, as soon as you
He
open
hate
your
to look
mouth,
bad. Does he look in a mirror?
as soon as
Child.
you open your mouth, you look bad, baby. We
You look bad every day. Every day. I
Listen, you're
mean,
doing news conferences and soiling yourself. And that's
child,
my comment every time somebody tell me, "Oh, the qualified candidate won." Baby, your candidate is soiling himself and people are behind him trying to keep their composure so that they're not embarrassed because they have secondhand embarrassment because he's soiling himself. He's beyond the time.
man. Well, I mean, he should not have even been allowed to run. But you know,
Yes, and side note, I'm a little mad at Kamala for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't say it very often, but I'm gonna tell you why.
okay,
I know what she did. I completely understand. I am a black woman myself. She did exactly what all of us black women do. Oh, you don't want me in there? Fine, figure it out. I told you what it was going to be. But I know with all my heart, has she just challenged the counting? They stole this from her. This many people did not vote for that man. He stole this election in revenge because he swears they stole the election from him last time. But in reality, he's been stealing elections this entire time. He didn't do it the second time because it was already on to him with Russia from that first time he won.
yeah,
There's a ton of racist people. I get that, but I just don't think he has enough people to put him in office. I don't think he won either time. And I really wish that she would have fought for it because all she did was challenge it like he did. He made him recount when he was against Biden.
yeah.
But I feel like she could have challenged it. But at the same time, I feel like this was so necessary. It sucks how it's happening, but we need it to crumble in order to be able to try to build ourselves back up. But I know if she challenged it, I really do feel like she won't.
I don't know. Democrats are always worried about optics and how things look more so than how things actually are, right?
Amen.
And I think for that reason, the Democrats wanted to be the quote unquote adults in the room and just
Yes.
accept the results. And because Trump had made such a big deal about election fraud and people cheating and this, that, and the other, right? And muddying the waters prior to this election, I think they didn't want to turn around and then say the exact same thing that he's been saying this whole time. But I think that's why he said it, to make them, second guess and doubt themselves like, I can't turn around and say, well, this is election fraud because
Mhm.
we've just been saying there wasn't any election fraud. I think that it was more about the look than anything else.
And I hate that for us because we know good and damn well that history has shown that there's no damn way that you going to vote for a Democratic Congress member and a Republican president. And several damn swing states had that. And we know that that isn't even logical. We know this. We know that man cheated. He's
Yeah,
actually said it out his mouth.
he
When he
has on at least 3 occasions that
and
I've heard.
Elon started doing
He said it
conferences from the
too.
White, we should have knew then. There's no way in
Yeah.
the world we talking to the fool that made the Teslas. Why are we even talking to you? And where's he at now?
This man is a known grifter. He's a grifter. He is a pedophile, allegedly, but very strong indications, right? Like he has associated with known pedophiles, and that is not alleged. He's a rapist. Like, I mean, he's a criminal. He
Yeah.
was a criminal before he got in. office this time. Hell, he was a criminal before he got into office the first time.
And he
And
cheated the
that's the
first time.
thing, because the bar is so low for white people and it's so high for everyone else.
Yes. Yes.
Because in
And he
what
cheated the first
universe
time, and they
is Trump
investigated.
more qualified than Harris? What universe? Just on paper. Just all what universe is that even to be president? We talking about the same job
Girl,
that he's doing now. Like there isn't one. So it's like this is racism. This is that white lash, right? Like they don't want things to be progressive. They want things to be like they used to be, where they
absolutely,
felt in
absolutely.
control. Yeah. More in control. It's like y'all have been in control this whole time.
My 14-year-old stepson is more qualified than Trump. Trump's an idiot, and that's been a problem the whole time, and to hear people say, "Oh my goodness, well, she was a woman and she just have one bad day and she's gonna start a war like that." Well, all the wars been started by white men. What are we talking about here?
Every single one. Every single one that we've had. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
They've all been started by white men who had a bad day and
Gosh,
started
aren't
a
we in
war
one
like
now?
that. Hello. That we
Yeah.
didn't ask to be in, that we didn't know we was going in. We went to sleep. Shit was peaceful. We woke up. It was chaos. Congress
Hell,
woke
all
up
our
like, what?
allies were like, what? Wait, whoa, wait, you wasn't even gonna tell us? No, no, because Trump wanted to know why Japan didn't tell him about Pearl Harbor. This guy is
Well,
he needs to be in prison. But beyond that,
or hell,
he
or
like
hell.
I just feel like he wakes up too often.
Yeah.
Do us all a favor. Stop. Just stop
I
waking up.
volunteered to have the big, beautiful obituary printed. I've never seen a country that's like against their president. The creativity of the signs and things that people went
No.
out with over this
Yeah.
weekend at the No Kings. Somebody
Hmm.
had a sculpture and shit was coming out of Trump's mouth and it was just rotating.
Well, I mean, hell, I mean that's literal.
Yeah,
But no, a country hating their dictator is not new. A lot of
true.
countries have I mean, Venezuela, they didn't like
It's
their
new for
dictator
us.
either, right? It's new for us,
Because
but it ain't
even the
new.
the people that hated Obama, I mean, the man ain't been president in forever, and everything is still his damn fault, let them tell it. But they even were not as expressive as we all are about how we feel about Trump. But us now are extremely vocal, and I don't know if it's because the internet is more prominent in our way of communication now, so we are seeing it more. But I every day I see something against Trump somewhere.
But I mean, hell, it's easy to not like this motherfucker.
Yeah,
He don't make it difficult. He wakes up and chooses violence every single day.
every day.
So it's pretty easy to like hate him.
Yeah.
It's not hard. I mean, he is literally digging himself into a hole every single day, and our government just seems helpless to do anything. Oh, I declare, what are we ever
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just stole the election. What do you want me to do as an elected official?
Exactly.
How about your fucking job? How about that?
Exactly. And I agree with you. Let me be clear here before they try to tussle with me in the damn comments. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Whatever I like is what I go with. And Abe hasn't been a Republican I've been cool with. I'm not all the way cool with what the Democrats be doing. I didn't like Joe Biden. Not.
No,
And I
absolutely
felt
not.
like he was too damn old for the job.
He was fucking old. Hell yeah. I'm
You
sorry.
falling
There
upstairs.
should be age limits at every level of government. There should be term limits at every level of the government. There should be no lifetime appointments to any goddamn where.
Nothing.
Hello, Supreme Court. Like, absolutely not. There
Falling
should be no career
upstairs.
politicians. No.
Period.
No, boo boo.
Period.
This is a service job, and you have a finite amount of time that you can be in this job, and you got to then go live in the world that you just helped create.
Clock it.
But y'all over here making laws and rules that don't apply to you. I mean, you getting a pension after 1 year. Like what? Nobody else gets that. You vote
Because
on your
it's
own raises. Who gonna be like, nah, don't give me more money? Like
Because
y'all are
it's rules
greedy.
for thee and not for me.
And like I said before, you need to get paid the minimum wage in your state.
Yep,
Because if you really want to make a difference, you're going to work for what they work for.
yep,
Because this is a service job. This is not a get rich, quick scheme. And that's how they use it. Like
yes.
it's just a come up for a lot of people. And I don't care on what side. Democrats, Republicans
Yeah,
is the different side of the same fucking coin. I don't
period.
think there should just be two parties. There should be way more than two parties.
Yep.
Because I think a lot of Black people, Black women specifically, vote Democrat just because overall it's better aligned with our interests, but neither one of them are good for us.
Mm-mm.
And they don't care about us beyond getting our vote. So
Yep.
I'm not Democrat. However, I'm lean more that way just on the kinds of laws
Because
and,
we don't
things
have
that have
no
been passed
choice.
to help us.
We're not given a choice, really.
But yeah, it's not a choice. It is not, I mean, I remember being an undergrad thinking, oh, this is just kind of a lesser of two evils thing.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Perfect way to explain that. That's exactly what it is. I tell people that all the time. I have a friend, and he loved to tussle with me about Kamala Harris, and I'm like, bro, we're really just voting on the lesser of two evils. Do I like her now that I've researched her a little bit? I do. But do I think that she's ever going to be 100% for the culture? No, because if she was, she wouldn't even let this have happened. She would have definitely challenged it because she knew that he was coming for Black and brown people first. Now, what the white people don't know is they are next. They are
Yeah.
next. So when they get up there and they say, Black people, you're next. Been there, done that, try to tell your ass you voted the wrong way. It's actually you that's next.
Right. Well, we was first. This is on brand for America. All this is on brand. I think that the way that our political system is set up, I don't think that Kamala Harris would have been able to make any waves as far as challenging this. I just don't think that they were going to allow that to happen. Once, I don't remember which federal judge was that allowed Trump on the roll. Like, that was it. The fix was in. They already said that they were going to rig it. They already said. And they did. So even if she would have said something, I don't know that it would have done anything. Because how many things did we know up until that point? 34 felonies. That was a guarantee before he was even elected.
Girl,
But he
damn
still
the
got elected,
felonies, the insurrection.
right? Because that was adjudicated right before, and then sentencing was like suspended. He already got 34 felonies for real, like not pretend felonies. So what could she have said? Ultimately, I think if this is who the power structure chose, this is who it was going to be no matter what we did.
Well, she definitely knows something that we don't know, and I say that because prior to the election, she put out a video. Something about Black women, we know that pain in each other. We can tell. And she was crying prior to getting on there, and you could just tell that she was just like, listen to me. I'm trying to warn you. This is going to be bad for you. Even if you don't vote for me, fine, whatever, do the right thing. Just do the right thing. She knew that this was coming. She
But
saw
I
it. She
knew,
tried
like,
to,
who
she
didn't?
tried to warn us. I mean,
I
I
just feel like,
definitely
how
know,
do you
but do you
not
see?
know?
Lots
How
of
do you
people didn't
not
know. You know
know?
how them damn people, how many people openly say, well, I thought it was just going to do this to the Black and brown people. I didn't know they were going to do it to me. I'm confused. What do you mean?
Willful ignorance. Willful ignorance. Like, what? Like,
It's me.
you did not have to read tea leaves to figure out what the fuck Trump was going to do. He had a
Goodness.
whole fucking guide
Manifest.
on how to drive this democracy into the ground. Project 2025. Oh, he's not really going to do that. Oh, he just paid to have somebody make that, but not going to use it though.
Right. And
Okay.
every day, page by page, he adds something from that manifesto
Right.
every single day.
It was literally right there in writing. I downloaded it.
Me too.
You can get a PDF. It was out there. So
Hmm.
like you didn't want to know, right? Like that's really, you didn't want to know. Or you didn't care. Because again, you didn't think it was going to directly impact you. So like,
Yeah, but knowing what we all now know and now adding in the Epstein files and how gruesome those details were, if you are still able to honestly say that you support and vote for this man, you are in line with pedophiles. You are in line with people who do the most inhumane things to children and women and
I
who
know
like
that
that
there
grandma.
were boys involved too.
Yes, I can't remember
Maybe
that young
maybe
man's
not as many,
name.
but there were boys
Yeah,
involved as
I
well.
know. I can't remember the young man's name, but I keep seeing him interviewed, and they block out his face, so I don't know what he looks like. But he interviews here and there on different podcasts, and he speaks about his experience. It's terrifying. How could you be aligned with that?
Think I think they see themselves
I hope the
in
hell
him.
not, man, because
No, no,
that
no, no,
man was
no.
chewing.
'Cause the more that we talk about the history of this country, racism, enslavement, what that really looked like on a day-to-day basis, this is right in line with some of their ancestors. not saying everybody's ancestors, but some of their ancestors were these cruel, tyrant slave owners who would rape, murder, torture enslaved humans for pleasure, for joy, eating us, feeding babies to alligators just so that you can catch the alligators for the skin, ripping people apart between horses, all kinds of just crazy, psychotic things. And then these same motherfuckers would go to church on Sunday talking about they doing the Lord's work and they love the Lord and they going to heaven. What the fuck? They teach this shit to their kids. They teach it to them. And then, but my kids are too young to learn about critical race theory or racism and blah, blah, blah. But you're already teaching them to hate people.
Yeah, their kids
So,
are too young to learn the truth. If they learn when they're young about critical race theory, they may change their mind, and then all of that work you put in making them who you want them to be is going down the drain. You don't
of
want them
course.
kids to know because children are so innocent for the even the ones that have been brainwashed, they're usually innocent, and if the right people get around them, they can be flipped. I know people that have been racist and got around the right people and were like, "Damn, my bad. I was wrong. I didn't even realize what I was doing.
Yeah.
This is what I've seen my whole life." I used to work with a white man, and he told us I come from skinheads, and I had to learn while I was in the military, like, nah, this ain't really. You have to rely on your black brother standing next to you to save your damn life.
Mhm.
I'm like, so if you get around the right people and you get the right information, there is still a chance for you. Not everybody, but there's some of them will change, especially if they're young and you teach them young. They don't want that. It's not that they don't want them to hear the truth. It's not that they're scared that their kids are gonna know what the truth is. It's that they're scared their kids are gonna take that truth and do the right thing.
Yeah. But I think kids are innocent, and I think in general, kids see things way more clearly, I think, than a lot of adults because they can call out things that don't make any sense because they're still learning. So if it don't make sense, they're gonna let you know. And racism and all that stuff, it just doesn't make sense to kids. They like, what? Because the skin is so I can't be their friend. I don't it's like, but okay, but why though? Because I still don't get it. Because like
Mhm.
it's gotta be more than this, right? Like what does that I mean, what does that mean? Like why?
Mhm. I
Right?
tell
And they wanna
you,
know.
they
And
definitely
it's
would
like
have.
you gotta break it down and make it make sense, and it just doesn't.
Yeah,
But,
no,
if they hear it enough, they'll just start repeating it,
they're
right?
just
Because
gonna
kids
repeat it.
repeat everything they
It's
hear.
learned behavior at
Oh,
that
for
point
sure, for sure.
'cause even just to even speak to their innocence, and I know I mentioned on here before I used to work at a chocolate store, and the adults would come in and say stupid ass stuff to me. "Oh, it's a chocolate lady in a chocolate store," but the kids thought, "Wow, like, she's chocolate how,"
He's made of
it was
chocolate. It was
they yeah,
literal.
they excited. I had a little boy look, and I hope he got every piece of my YSL in his time. I do, I do, I do. I had a little boy lick my arm because they're thinking I'm literally made of chocolate. Their parents are making a joke, but
Mhm.
the child is so innocent that they don't
Right.
know. It's crazy how people go out their way to teach their kids to be so damn hateful.
Yeah. It's surprising. I wasn't brought up that way, but
Mm-mm.
clearly, I've had experiences that let me know that other kids were definitely brought up that way.
Okay, let me
I
be
mean, it's
honest. My great grandma was racist as hell or prejudiced. She was
right.
black, so she wasn't racist. But baby, that lady was prejudiced. She said some crazy. But my mom used to counteract that. She would always tell me, like, "We don't do that over here. Watch your mouth. Don't you repeat nothing she said, cause that ain't right." But
Mhm.
she was prejudiced. She used to, but also I'm not defending her, but I also think it has a lot to do with how. I mean, the lady was born in 1919. Could you imagine what she saw?
Man, no.
Like, some of the things that she has shared with us, just having
Mhm.
general conversation, I see why she was mad.
No, I get it. I
I
get
see
it.
where she was going with this.
My dad hated to talk about history in general, any of that stuff. It really, really got under his skin. It really, really made him angry. Anything that portrayed slavery or the time of enslavement, Jim Crow, even like the help, he didn't like none of that. I mean, it would send him because he was like, well, your grandmother had to do that. So I don't need to watch a movie about something my mom lived. People think it's so long ago and so far removed.
Mm,
And it's really not. It's really not.
it's really, really not.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Mhm.
crazy. But this is the world that we find ourselves in,
Here
unfortunately.
with Druski making us laugh from the things that he sees, and Back to Druski, I do wanna highlight that he does this for every culture. It is not just her and these white people. He literally does it for our culture.
He does satires on any and everyone. Anywhere that he finds something that is hypocrisy, he will highlight it. Because he did the
Mhm.
black church one
And I
recently as well,
baby,
and people was hot and bothered by that, church folks, black church folks, and I thought it was hilarious.
was
I mean, you call
fried.
a spade. That's just
I
I
was
mean,
fried, and I was a little bit toasted on the grass when I seen it, so I was really fried, like, "Wait a minute."
listen, don't hate the messenger. It's funny
That
because it's true.
true.
That's literally why we're laughing because we like, damn, we know that. We've seen it. It's familiar. And that's what makes it hilarious. And even though, again, that was in a group that wasn't necessarily an of power group, clergy do have power in the black community, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's highlighting all the hypocrisy of the clergy. My grandfather was a preacher and a cheater and
Oh,
so many
yeah.
other things. So like,
Not papa.
you said what?
Not papa cheating.
Oh, for sure. Had a whole nother family. So yeah.
That's a topic for another day because we do need to at some point talk about how these people had a whole other family. And I'm really tired of people saying, well, my grandma didn't leave my grandpa. Well, because your grandpa was taking care of two families.
Actually, I think my grandma was taking care anyway, because that motherfucker, he didn't work other than being a preacher. But yeah, yeah, hypocrisy in the church. Yeah, they don't like to talk about that. But yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy in the black church. In a lot of churches. So let's
Yeah,
let's
I'm saying
not
church
just the
period.
black church, but just
Because
churches in
everybody at
general.
church is you find some of the most demonic people at church. The
There's
priests,
no hate like Christian love. Like the fuck. Why would that even be a saying if it wasn't so fucking true? You love somebody to death, literally. Like, get the fuck out of here.
literally,
Yeah, you don't care about nobody.
Reese's something
Remember, it
kids.
was what, last year where they were calling around like, oh, I formula for my baby. Pretty much every Christian church was like, fuck you and your baby.
I didn't see that.
Ooh, that was all over TikTok
Oh
towards
my
the end
gosh,
of
I'm gonna
last
go
year.
find it.
But it was in like the UK too. It was all over the world. And do you know the only
Mhm.
group that repeatedly helped without any
The
question?
month.
No, Muslims.
That makes sense.
They were the only ones. Pretty much everybody else was like, you are not one of our parishioners. We don't have money for that. That's not what this money is for. I don't know what to tell you. Like every excuse in the book not to show Christianity and compassion and love to somebody in need, they came up with every excuse in the book. And it was like, if you're not really here to help people, why are you like non-taxed? Like, why are you tax exempt for what?
Exactly.
Because you don't actually live the tenets of your religion. So like you don't care about helping nobody in need. I mean, you will call the cops on somebody homeless trying to stay up in one of your buildings and get out the cold. Like y'all don't care.
Mm-mm.
But it showed that on and it was very, very clear. And I thought that was so interesting that the only people that were 100% willing to help were Muslims. But we have this narrative here in America that Muslims are evil and terrorists and all this other bullshit that's pushed by, our governments. I'm like, that's interesting that these people that are supposed to be so hateful were the only ones that welcomed strangers with open arms. But here we
I
go with
mean,
all this good old white Christianity. They want to help not a goddamn person. How about that? That again, that tracks. That tracks for America. That's on brand. That didn't surprise me at all. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
that's heartbreaking. But you know what? That's why I don't go to church. I literally don't go to church. Well, that's one of the reasons. I got a list.
I don't go either. I stopped going a long time ago, child.
But I'm a missionary type person, baby. I'm finna be outside with taking my shoes off, giving them to you, feeding you. I will wrap you with a blanket. I will sit next to you in the cold. I will sit there and ask you, all right, what's going on? Are you okay? Do you need it? Because I just feel like it's not for me to put the money in the hands of the church, but for me to put the monies in the hands of the people. Whatever they do with that money, God will deal with that. My part is to make sure that I'm helping in any way that I can. I literally hear God speak to me when I go past certain people. Girl, I will walk past people and walk right the hell back. Like, okay, I gotta let me open my wallet because God told me to give this to you because I just feel like I can't trust churches that are taking the money and of people whose lights are about to get cut out, but you making these people feel obligated to give you their money just so your lights could stay on.
Because you got your new Bentley that you got to pay for.
You have a new Bentley,
These
and there's
trips you gotta
people
go on, this multi-million-dollar lifestyle. If that isn't hypocrisy in the church, now I'm not saying that somebody that is a preacher, reverend, priest, whoever the fuck, should be poor.
right.
But like, look at if you Christian, look at Jesus. He wasn't financially rich. He wasn't wealthy. Like, what are we even doing? Like, do you so that's one of the many reasons
I
why
agree.
I don't attend church. And I do just like you were saying, I think for me, my service or my belief is around like doing things that help somebody directly.
Yes.
I'll always have, extra food in my car, whether it's granola bar, something that if I see somebody that is unhoused, that is hungry, and I can give to them, I do that. Or if I see somebody, outside of the grocery store wanting food or whatever, if I can help, if it's in my power to do it, I do it. That's how I give back. That's how I show love to humanity. And it's not for clicks or likes. I don't record that shit,
No, me
but
either.
it's something I do because I know it's hard out here. I know this shit is rough. People need help. I saw maybe a month or so ago, there was a young mother outside of the grocery store. She didn't even have a jacket. She just had on a blanket. She had a little boy about the age of my twins, and they was just standing out there. I had $100 that was actually a gift for Christmas. And I just was like, here, take this. She said she needed a room for the night, and it was about to be like one of the coldest nights of the year.
Oh,
I was
yeah, I would've
like,
gave it
yeah,
to
if
her
you don't
too.
take this, go take this, take care of you, take care of him. And I'm a single mom, so it ain't like I'm balling out of control because that ain't the case yet.
Period.
But
It's coming.
like you got to help where you can because that's
Yeah,
that's what it means. I feel like to be a good human.
I agree. That's what I feel like that's where you get your best connection from God with God. I literally will help people and be sobbing, crying, praying on the way home just to watch over those people. Now, what I wish God would stop talking to me is when I got on my damn Nikes and Jordans. I done gave 2 homeless people Jordans, and I'm like, "Jesus, I got 57 pairs of Shein shoes. You gonna talk to me when I got on my J's? Be quiet!" Like, Shein shoes. I got flip-flops in the back of my car. Why are you talking to me about these damn Jordans? I don't want to, but I do it, and if the spirit tells me to, Imma do it.
Uh,
And I've
yeah,
never been without, like, ever. Like, I might be down and I'm not where I wanna be, but I'm never to a point where my lights are out, my gas is out, or I don't have food, or God has always provided for me. So I try, even if it's just the minimal, smallest amount that I have left, I do try to give back because it's gonna come back to me. I
always,
fully believe it. I fully believe that it's gonna come back to me. I just want God to start talking to me when I have like Shein and well, I love Walmart shoes on. Walmart got a little sneaker brand for all them joints. Talk to me.
man. Well, you might need to leave Nike and them J's and stuff alone anyway. I know
Listen,
at least
I'm
the
trying.
founder of Nike is
I'm trying.
contributing to old Agent Orange, old Dookie butt.
Listen, I'm trying. Okay. Um,
I mean,
having
we all have our crosses to bear.
I didn't buy the Valentine's Day Jordan drop. And that was already like a big thing for me because I have an alarm set when Jordans drop and I roll over and buy them bitches and go back to sleep. So,
Wait,
yeah, it's bad. So I didn't buy 'em. I haven't bought any new drops, but I'm sad.
I mean, he made a choice.
I'm
So you
sad
gotta make a
about it. So if
choice.
anybody's watching and you got a suggestion for like a black-owned sneaker brand, put it in the comments so I can find it.
I know Actively Black got some shoes, but I don't know about any other brands. But I'm sure there are some. So yeah, we would love to hear it. If you know of any, let us know for
Let me
sure.
know because I'm already on to the black-owned purses. I'll get a black-owned purse quick. But it's some of them J's and I'm like, I can't
You
buy
know
y'all.
what? I mean, I thought you liked designing clothing and stuff. I mean, maybe you should design your own shoe.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
And your own shoe, girl. Make it
Maybe I
exactly how you like it. Be as creative as you want to be.
That's a good idea.
I
That's a
mean,
good idea. Cause right now I'm lying in Jordan pocket. I mean, I'll move a bill around. I'll move some shit around.
we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. We're going to talk about that offline, though. I ain't going to do that to you right here, right now. Girl, not for no shoes.
I will, friend.
Ma'am.
I will, friend.
Oh, 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 oh. Like I said, this ain't the venue.
I still
This
pay it on
ain't the
time.
venue. You said what?
I still pay it on time. It's just when to get paid early. It's gonna get moved.
Child, not. I ain't never done that. Not ever. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I have nice shoes, but that's never been like my big thing. Like material shit is not. I might spend on something that's electronic, maybe. But
And see, I don't even care about that.
well, I'm an artist. I like
True.
certain
That's
like
true. Well, I'm into
art
fashion,
stuff.
so maybe that's what it is with me.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, we all have our things. So again, I ain't judging. We all got to get there in our own time. We are all on our own journey. So no shade. I just thought that was girl, not rolling over for no drops. I ain't never waking up early for no shoes. You got me fucked up. Ain't never. Like what are these shoes going to do for me? Can do they fly? Like are these flying shoes? Like what is so special about these shoes that I have to get up earlier than I would normally get up?
And I probably already got the purse to go with them. I'm ready. Boop. And we
But you're
doing
a diva, so, like, that makes sense. That makes sense. You wouldn't be Des the diva and not also, really into fashion, so, I get it. Anyway, we definitely went on a little tangent. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think I really just want to highlight that I love Druski. His creative comedy is amazing to me. I think he does a fabulous job.
Absolutely.
Even when he's mocking us, I hope Candace only did offer for him to do her. She asked him to do her, and I hope he does.
What you
Please
mean?
do. Please do, Candace. Because baby, I can't stand Candace. Do Candace.
My goodness. I'm sure it would be hilarious. He does a lot of good comedy. I got that a skit by multiple people. I think I got sent like 5 or 6 times.
I sent it. I ain't
And
gonna
I
lie.
love that he uses his satire to punch up, to
He's
combat
handsome.
those that are punching down and really calling out that hypocrisy because it needs to be called out. Like it's crazy. Like, they are
Yeah.
so outraged over this Erica Kirk shit, but don't care about
Yes.
the U.S. Dropping a bomb on a school in Iran and killing all those little girls.
They do
That
not
like doesn't make
care.
you feel anything. But like, oh my god, you're not talking about our Erica Kirk. Like really, that's the
They're
thing.
like, cancel him. She's a Christian woman. And I'm like, that's not what Jesus did. You're supposed to be more like Jesus. Now, this lady it could not be further from Jesus as
But
possible.
none of them is close to Jesus. That's the problem.
She's the furthest, her and Trump.
Listen, I don't think any of those white Christian nationalists are even Christian. They're
They're
just
not.
white nationalists. That's it.
They're not. There's a lot of things, and we'll probably have to speak about it on another episode. But there's a lot of things I've been researching about her, and she actually is a terrible ass person. So we'll talk about that at a later time. But she's a terrible ass person.
In 2026, there's not a whole lot that would surprise me. This is like a horror movie in real time. I don't know. I don't even like horror films. So it's like
South
forcing
Park.
me to live one is real fucked up because I wouldn't normally do this
No, we live in a ghetto
on my
ass
own
South
time.
Park
So,
episode.
so yeah,
And
it's very.
unfortunately, Trump, they ain't made Trump Kenny yet. I don't know if you ever seen South Park, but Kenny's ass die at the end of every episode. I'm like, why Trump can't be Kenny?
Man, listen,
Get him out of here.
he just wakes up too much.
And I think his wife agrees.
He ain't got to do it no more. Really.
And I
He
believe
already know. He already know he ain't going to heaven.
he
He
said
is dumb
it.
in a lot of ways, but at least he know that.
He said
Yeah.
it. Said,
You
I
can't
think
earn
I've
your
done
way in. You
enough.
can't buy your way in.
Said, I think
It
I've
is
done enough.
way
I
too
won't be
late.
going to heaven.
Way too late.
Yeah. When he said that, I said, oh, so he know.
So he
Damn.
know. He's got a little bit of awareness when he's not sundowning. Yeah, he dementia Donnie. Like, cause President Gavin Newsom,
Gosh. We like,
you sitting in the Oval Office. What the
we
okay.
wish. Speak that into existence. We take Gavin. I
Listen.
like Gavin. I like Gavin.
I mean, but
Gavin is on Gavin.
Gavin, just like all the rest of them, they do what they need to do for the time. He's trying to position himself. That is clear.
I like the
But
Gaviner.
it's just another white guy leading. Like, goddamn, we've seen this fucking story before. I know. I'm just saying, this is just another. It's just more the same.
These people are never letting no more black people in office. That's it. We knew Kamala wasn't getting in there because they're not letting no more black people in there. Obama gone. They could not be happier. They're still mad as hell that he even got in. They're still talking about him. And I'm like, why do you keep saying his middle name?
I know Barack Obama is living rent free in whatever parts of Trump's head isn't Swiss cheese.
Baby, he gonna die on his deathbed, and the last thing he'll say is Barack Hussein Obama. I'm telling you, every time he says something about that man, I didn't know that was his middle name till he starts saying it. You call his full
Come
name,
on, girl.
Okay. Okay, you call his full name. You call his full. You know what? When Barack was the president, I was wild. I didn't give a damn about none of this. I was still wild. The only reason why I caught my attention is because when he ran his second term, I lived in Virginia. And Virginia racist as hell. And I would be driving down the street and you would see people with stickers in their car that say don't renege. And he would be on the sticker with the news. or you would see they were taking, like, Obama dolls and putting nooses around them and dropping them down in the Shell gas stations. Like, my mom still do not go to
Effigies,
Shell gas
yeah,
station
yeah.
because she mad as hell
Lynchings, yeah,
that
yeah.
they were doing those lynchings and you I mean, imagine being somebody pulling in to pump your gas and then this falls in front of your car. That's terrifying. So, I lived and that's what caught my attention about it. Other than that, I was outside, honey. I was wild. I was in my 20s. I wouldn't think about none of this. And I wish I was, and I wish I would have known how much of an impact it was gonna make on my future to know these things. But I
Right.
wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about what my next day, my next hour was gonna look like. And I'm unfortunately a lot of good information I could because he did campaign through Virginia, Obama did. So a lot of good information I could have gotten and hands I could have shook and people I could have met, I did it because I wasn't really I wasn't concerned. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, but we can none of us can go back. Like, the past is
Yeah.
what it is, like, that's where it's always gonna live, and we can't change it. So, the only thing we can do now is what can we do today to
Mhm.
better ourselves, make ourselves more prepared? I know you were talking about, right before we go, the midterms, right? The midterms are
Yes,
coming up. I know that you've been, talking a little bit more about voting and being registered to vote, and,
please.
did you wanna say anything else on that before we, wrap
Absolutely.
this up?
You wanna check with your registration board and make sure that you are still registered. They are finding that a lot of people thought they were registered and they are not. You wanna make sure that your identification is up to date, your address is up to date, all the information is accurate. If you are not registered to vote, now is the time, do it now. California is having its midterm, I wanna say on no, it's preliminaries on June 6th. This is where we're gonna pick the 2 candidates that are gonna go on to run the midterms. So this is very important. Everybody needs to make sure that they're voting. This is the only way we are going to be able to get our democracy back is if we flip some seats during the midterms. And keep your eyes open on our page as I'm going to be putting out information as I receive it for different states. It won't just be California that I inform because I think there's 37 governor seats that are coming up
Wow.
in the midterms from what I was reading the other day. So keep your eyes open. I will
Yeah,
keep you informed.
absolutely. And again, it is definitely important to vote this time around. I mean, if you are triple Trumpers and you are remorseful and blah, 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 say it with your vote.
Mhm.
Can you do that this time? I know you couldn't do it the other 3 times. So, like, if you really don't fuck with what's happening right now, go fucking vote.
Mhm.
Go vote. Because if you don't, you can't really complain about the outcome at the end of the day. If you didn't
Mhm.
participate, like, you can't it is what it is. And if you don't care, you have the right to be disaffected. I understand why a lot of people feel that way, but also we've had a lot of ancestors fight for the right for us to be able to do this,
Absolutely.
and they want to take that right away. Not just from black people, but from
Women.
all women, all married women specifically. If you are
Mhm.
married, you don't get a vote. Your husband votes
Your
for your
husband
whole
is
house.
your vote.
If that's not the reality that you wanna find yourselves in, you might wanna vote. Vote early, if you could vote absentee, do that, and have a plan, go with somebody, right? Don't go by yourself if you don't have to.
Please have a plan. There's also talk about them having ICE agent at the voting polls. If you are Hispanic, take somebody with you because they're racially profiling you. Let's just call it what it
Marginalized
is.
in general, because
Yeah,
as we know
that's
from
true. From having
Rebecca, there's all
Rebecca,
kinds of people who have
go in
immigrated here that
groups.
are yeah, so
Now is the time that we need to protect each other. Go in groups because they flat out they're racially profiling people. If you don't look, sound the American part, then they're after you. So you need to definitely go in groups. And it may sound dramatic, but it is that serious at this point.
absolutely. At the end of the day, whatever is meant to happen is gonna happen, so we just gotta ride this shit out, and if this whole thing crumbles to the ground,
So be it. It needs to
it
fall.
wasn't really a great system for everybody anyway, and maybe we could build it back better, but that takes everybody. That takes people coming together. That takes people being willing to compromise and work together in a genuine and authentic way. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if we built for that. It is this year. This is what year 250, and as they say, empires fall every 250 years, and this is the year. And look where the fuck we are. Next year, this might not be America. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it might not be this. But we'll
Israel.
see. I mean,
It's going to
it's
be
all gonna
Israel.
depend on if people show up and then how much influence Trump and his money have in this round of elections.
It's going to be Israel if we don't get out here and vote, period. Point.
Money and corruption. If you want to keep funding Israel to have universal health care and free childcare and free college and all that stuff, Vote accordingly. We don't have that shit. We should, but we don't. But we can afford to pay for it for them.
Yes,
So
definitely.
ask yourself why. Why are we supporting that? Also, Israel said they're not sending ground troops.
They
All my
said they're not
soldiers out
sending the
there,
ground. Who they
military
sending?
personnel. Oh, they said they're not sending ground troops to Iran.
So they
The
sending our
U.S.
troops?
the U.S. can send ground troops, but Israel said we're not gonna do that. Y'all can do that. We're not gonna do that. You start a war, and it's our people fighting on the front lines. Oh, that's how that works.
That
Yeah,
pisses me off.
when you're a bitch to another country. Anyway, that's all I got. I think I probably said too much truth on this one, but that's okay.
That's okay. Who gonna
Yeah,
check us?
you don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck.
I don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Okay, snap your fingers. Do your step. Okay, I'm gonna do it all by myself. All righty, and that'll do it for us. We're gonna do it like we always do it, baby. Let's tell the truth because the truth shall set you free. All right, peace.